Hello everyone and welcome back to my Beyond the Gates 24 official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Eva Intelligencer's Tomás visiting a customer and seizes the occasion to hurtle. A fake knee injury gets Eva some particular attention from the Hot Council, who explains that he and Kat are just keeping it casual. However, he wonders why Eva keeps asking him about Kat. Did she say commodity to scarify you down from me? He asks. And right on cue, there's Kat, calling to invite him for an interrogation. Sorry, we mean lunch, at Orphe Jean's. She asks Tomás if he's hysterical to be physical with her because she's still a ABCdarian, which he denies, proving his affections with some post-meal PDA. Chelsea latterly grills Kat for details on her date, egging Kat to suggest that, indeed, though she's still committed to saving herself for a man she loves, Tomás is surely giving her reason to question that plan. And we do and condemn her. As always, the McBrides are in way further trouble than they realize. Just as Doug and Vanessa finish a nice mess at Orphe Jean's, Joey comes along to ruin it, snaking from the murk to sink his fangs into the McBride fortune. Mrs. McBride, just the person I wanted to see, he says, asking for help chancing his aging mama her dream home. Doug tries to keep Joey from getting in bed with his woman. But since Doug can't exactly tell Vanessa about his gambling debts, he much just has to take the L on this bone. Little does Doug know, Joey is also colluding to make sure he remains in the Summerhouse's debt for the foreseeable future. He tells Randy that Doug can win a little bit for now, but hereafter, he loses his shirt. Another person less than thrilled about Vanessa's meeting with Joey is Diego, who ever creeps out of the same murk Joey came from earlier, just to judge Vanessa for going from stealing the cradle to stealing the grave. Clever. Rude, but clever. Over at the Firmament, Jacob confides in his father about what happened between Joey and Marcel, heavily inferring that his new mate might be crooked. Elon principally tells him not to worry about it and keep his nose clean, but his tone is vastly different when he goes to defy Marcel about the matter. This is easily not the first time they've had to bandy similar effects. Also, it all comes full circle after being masticated out by Elon. Marcel calls Joey to tell him to be more careful about doing shady business in broad daylight. That's what I pay you for, Joey tells Marcel. Handle it. On a more positive note, Naomi turns to her grandmother for advice on how to do with the Bill situation. Is it really a good idea to take on a sexual importunity case against her own father? Anita eventually leaves the decision up to Naomi, but she reminds her that Dupree women don't back down from a challenge, nor do they let anyone shroud their limelight. Speaking of limelights, their converse ends with an improvisational rap performance from Anita, proving she can hold her own against the Cardi Z's and Megan the Mustangs of the world. Naomi, meanwhile, should presumably stick to her day job. Anita Dupree and Detective Marcel Malone were treated like instructors of feathers in the Monday, March occasion of Beyond the Gates. Naomi turned to her grandmother for advice on whether or not she should take on an action that would crop her against her father. Meanwhile, Jacob's pater told Marcel to step up with his son and make sure to keep their secrets secret. In an ocean of model instructors, be an Anita Dupree. Duet be a Marcel Malone. Who better to give savant advice than Mrs. Anita Dupree? She heeded to Naomi, who had all feathers of reasons why she should take the sexual importunity action against her father's establishment. At the core, the attorney was insecure about whether she could master her larger-than-life pater, who had times more experience than her, not to mention the bad and inviting press that could affect from this father-slash-son showdown. Anita told her granddaughter to use her strength. It was a strength that all Dupree women held. She had no dubieties that Naomi could rise to the challenge. In turn, Naomi heeded to her grandmother talk about the good old days, what she had to deal with back also, and why she gave it all up. They indeed had enough time for Anita to academy Naomi musically and lyrically, while Naomi lessoned Anita on some of Moment's cooler, more respectable lingo. It was a fun, improvisational tutor-slash-mentee session, and we hope the show will continue to showcase it. While Jacob and Detective Malone didn't meet face-to-face in Monday's occasion, Jacob had his unforeseen tutor on his mind. He felt Marcel was acting like the part model he'd hoped to have. The Joe was ent by the book, and he'd rather haze Jacob and treat him like a grunt than a novitiate with eventuality. By the end of the hour, it was clear that Jacob more not let his guard down. He'll need to stay cautious of Marcel from then on out. His pater. Chief Elon Hawthorne didn't give his son the real skinny on Marcel. His pater knows exactly what kind of Bobby Malone is, which is why he advised the stager operative to be nice to his son. And it also looked like Marcel was in Joey Armstrong's fund. He called up the summerhouse master and told him about Jacob witnessing Joey doing his own dirty work. Armstrong strongly told Malone to handle it. He didn't look happy. Will Marcel's influence get Jacob in trouble? Whatever their dynamic ends up being, this wouldn't be a healthy tutor-mentee situation. Sheila Ducksworth lately blazoned an intriguing contest on the cusp of the show's groundbreaking premiere. Scholars enrolled at sharing historically black sodalities and universities in the state of Georgia can enter the contest to score a non-speaking walk-on part in the new Cleaner, which flicks in Atlanta. Not only is Beyond the Gates making history as the first Cleaner to debut in over 25 times, but as it's a common adventure between CBS Studios and NAACP, the show will also be the first one-hour black-centric day drama. Georgia HBCU scholars are eligible can enter this contest as of Monday, February 24th at 2:00 p.m., AT through Friday, March 21st at 11:59 p.m., AT via a website that will be determined in the weeks ahead. Those interested need to stay tuned to the Cleaner's TikTok and Instagram handles for further information. It's important to note that a list of sharing HBCUs and eligibility conditions will be released at the launch of the contest. Rivals will be asked to take a brief quiz about the new day drama and submit a videotape revealing what they like about the Cleaner and what it would mean for them to win this Beyond the Gates part. Amusement training or experience isn't needed. Beyond the Gates superintendent directors are in charge of choosing a winner, and the part will appear at some point during a show in the 2025 season. Beyond the Gates administrative patron, Sheila Ducksworth talked about the why behind the contest, stating, "In addition to launching a groundbreaking series, we, and CBS, wanted to offer an aspirational experience for a youthful adult interested in exploring all-effects television." She added, "We also wanted to pay homage to HBCUs, which have been a guiding force for scholars, families, and communities for nearly 200 times, and also thank Georgia for serving so numerous coffers to us for the creation of Beyond the Gates. There are formerly some casting changes that observers should take note of, so read below for all the updates." Cult are super agitated to see General Hospital's John Lindstrom enter the equation on Beyond the Gates. His sanctioned debut as sketchy character, Joey Armstrong, takes place during the Friday, March show. According to the Cleaner spoilers, Doug McBride, who happens to be Vanessa McBride's hubby, wouldn't be suitable to repel temptation during Thursday's show. By the time Friday hits, he'll turn to Joey for some help. As a bit of a backgrounder, Joey is a summerhouse proprietor and is kindly known for advancing people plutocrat. Will Doug's temptation be laying? Will he have a debt he needs to pay? Suckers will have to tune in to find out. She'll be looking for further than just fitness advice when she runs into a new character, Diego, played by Carlos Enrique Palacio. Sounds like Carlos will be a fitness coach, but will he succumb to Vanessa's advances? Will he know she's a wedded woman? Vanessa is close to the Dupree family, and as a high-end real estate agent, she knows a lot about what goes on in Fairmont Crest. Still, she had an intriguing scene this once week where she was part playing with someone at a bar who was her hubby. From the aesthetics of it, Doug is busy doing his own thing, and Vanessa is seeking some love and affection outside her marriage. Will she and Diego hit the wastes during Thursday's show?